One of Robot Wars, and in turn Robot Combat's most endearing qualities, was seeing families come together to create something for the show. Most of the time, as you would expect, that something would often leave the arena in a much less flattering state than it did entering it, but occasionally you'd have a family team that held its own, and in the rarest of cases, go on to be genuine title contenders. One of the best of that crop were the Watts family, and their most successful robot, Bigger Brother. The Watts family's first outing on Robot Wars came in Series 3 when they entered with the aptly titled Big Brother, which introduced us to the soft-spoken Ian Watts and his absolutely adorable son, Joe. The robot was pretty good too, beating the likes of Grim Reaper, Sir Chromalot, and famously being given the win in the Heat final by Ultor due to them deciding that the judge's decision was wrong. They couldn't make it to the semi-finals and they wanted something nice for telly. Cute. Joe's charm and cuteness couldn't carry them any further that series, as they would be outmatched by an in-form Mace 2, but this would only be the beginning for the Brighton outfit. Bigger Brother would arrive for next year's competition, but a woeful Series 4 campaign which saw them lose in the Heat semi-final to Bulldog Breed 2, an average pinball run which saw them tied 5th with Dietor, and a dismal Sumo Basho performance left Team Big Brother hoping and wanting for more. Like the show itself, Bigger Brother changed dramatically come Extreme and Series 5. Riding on the coattails of the great flipper influx of that era, BB went from a subpar Series 4 bot to one of the best in the entire series, and we would see glimpses of this power in its vengeance fight against Common Getterix and the iconic Flipper Frenzy battle, where it flipped Sergeant Bash up and over and collaborated beautifully with Chaos 2 to send it into the air. For the main competition, we would finally get to understand fully what Bigger Brother and the flipping accuracy of an adrenaline-filled 8-year-old had to offer, sending both Tip Top and Splinter out of the arena in its first 2 rounds, and nearly performing the three-peat on former grand finalists 3 Stegs to Heaven in one of the most dominant Heat performances in Series 5. A quick, and some would argue lucky victory against S3 in the first round of the Series semi-finals meant that for their second fight, they had a chance to dethrone the reigning 2-time UK champions Chaos 2. And despite a really good fight from both parties, Chaos 2's tendency to run out of CO2 due to its more powerful flipper finally caught up with them, as they were left upside down and without enough gas to self-right, making Bigger Brother the first robot to beat George Francis in the main competition since Mace beat Chaos in Series 2. An amazing achievement. But unbelievably, the best was yet to come, as they found themselves in a grand final eliminator fight against a much improved Hypnodisc, and those improvements were shown tenfold as Bigger Brother were continuously smashed up and mangled by the 3-time grand finalist. It was looking like the end of the road for Bigger Brother, but as you know, anything can happen in Robot Wars, and it usually does.
Oh, Hypnodisc is on the verge of going down, what an upset! Bigger Brother have beaten Hypnodisc!
In a fight now considered the best in Robot Wars history, Bigger Brother pushed Hypnodisc into the pit and cut short a potential title win for the Roses. Sadly, this was where their luck ran out, as an inopportune performance against an impervious Razor meant that they finished the 5th Wars as runners-up, but it showed that there was a new kid on the block for flippers, or in this case 2 new kids, in Joe and Ellie. And the age of Chaos 2 was finally over. Naturally, for Series 6, they would win their heat with relative ease, but a loss to the severely underrated Dominator 2 meant that they had to claw their way back to the second round via the losers melee, and after doing that, they would unfortunately find themselves face to face with the erratic brick shithouse of an Axebot known simply to us as Terahertz, and their Series 6 campaign ended 1 round short of the grand final. Unfortunately, their luck wouldn't get any better, as their Series 7 campaign was cut unsatisfactorily short by Iron Ore 2.1 getting a perfectly timed flip on them to send the bot out of the arena, and ending their Classic Series run not even getting out of its heat. Bigger Brother would spend many years as a live scene regular, as well as appearing on the 2010 series of Big Brother. I'm not even kidding. Look it up. And the robot still makes occasional appearances in events as recently as 2023 for the full-scale RoboNerd event. Ian Watts would come back later to the Robot Wars reboot with Orte and the Swarm, as well as making appearances in King of Bots, This Is Fighting Robots, Classic BattleBots, and a reserve spot in Modern BattleBots. Ian also uses Bigger Brother for lectures at the University of Brighton. Bigger Brother is a certified Robot Wars legend, one of the first of the post-Chaos 2 flippers to have continuous success and prove that a weapon type as common and as oversaturated as flippers are can evolve and get better with each era of the sport, and that the humble family team can still be a powerful and competitive one.
Robot Ears. Prepare yourselves.